Go.
Hey guys, this is the Detonate podcast, I believe we're still calling it, and today is going to be the Smash edition, because in the future we're going to be doing this as a YouTube exclusive podcast. With Twitch, we're going to have some more streamers, all kinds of content going up on this. So this is now going to be our official, weekly YouTube thing, and we're going to split it up into two segments. We used to do Smash and Smite, just kind of over the course of an hour. So now we're going to be shorting up each section a little bit, and we're going to have a Smite and a Smash one, hopefully every week. There's going to be a little bit of transitioning pains and all that, but it'll end up working up. If you don't know me, I'm Lupo. I'm the CMO and the co-owner of Detonate. I do lots of fun stuff. I write all the business documents. It's fun sometimes, it sucks sometimes, but I'm here to entertain you now. Over there we have Neon.
Hi. So I'm Neon. I'm the other hosts for the Smash orientation of it. Our co-host, I guess you could call it. I'm one of our players. Starting to be able to stream again. My OBS finally works. Yay. So I'm a streamer as well. And yeah, all around, I'm a goofy guy that just knows, things about Smash. And then over on the other hand, we have our special guest, ActionShot.
Hi, I'm Matt. I go by ActionShot, and I'm Neon's main practice partner. I attend tournaments around New England with him every now and then. I'm just really here.
Yeah, he's not really a special guest that we're gonna ask questions for. He's just Matt's kind of like one of our hey, we need someone to fill in, make some more content guy. So yeah, so we have my buddy Matt, or ActionShot, and he's really good with frame data stuff. So
yeah, we appreciate you coming on and helping out. Today we're starting off with just the basic patch note stuff, which came out last week. Obviously, that's really important and kind of made a big shift in the game. We have the Big House results that we're going to go over real quick, just let you guys know what happened, give our opinions on it. And then finally, we're going to end up with the controversial MLG rule set, which everyone is flipping out currently.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Yeah. So we'll make sure to go into the dirty part of that, give our opinions, and you guys can BM us in the comments and tell us how we're completely wrong.
Yeah.
But we'll start out with patch notes.
Patch notes! Hey, yay, patches. Other than Diddy being freaking bugged, I really like this patch. Don't like it because Marth quote-unquote got nerfed, but we won't talk about that. My baby will get a buff one day. I love the new shield mechanics. So if anyone doesn't live under a rock, or lives under a rock and doesn't know any of the patch note stuff, I might link it in the YouTube description below. But basically, a lot of the fixes or buffs and nerfs that went into this patch went to custom moves, which is really funny because last week you talked about, how custom moves never got changed. And of course, that patch that happened the next day, custom moves got changed. Shocker. But yeah, we did a lot of things on custom moves. And then it also fixed some shielding stuff, which we can go over because that's a really big topic. So we'll go over that one a little bit. We did minor buffs and nerfs to characters, really not noticeable other than on Luigi. And thank the Lord, I hate Luigi. He's still really good, but he just takes... The thing with Luigi now is it separates bad Luigis from the good Luigis. Bad Luigis, just all they would do is spam grab and fireball, and then get guaranteed combos out of it, because every single one of the aerials led in from down throw. But, now, you actually, things are percent specific, and, you don't get guaranteed kill options out of throw anymore. You have to work for it. But, it's basically a 50-50 on the read with DI, kind of like with Sheik stuff. So now it's more reading your opponent and learning the DI more than, oh, hey, let me just press a button, like that old Luigi used to be.
Yeah, well, it seems like they're kind of doing the whole 50-50 guess the DI kind of option with a lot of characters now. They want that to almost be a staple. Because I know it's the same with Ike right now, where if you get the up throw, you're either going up there with the up air or you're going with the forward smash, and one of them's going to hit you, one of them's not, depending on if you jump away and stuff. The same kind of 50-50 coin flip in the air.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm cool with it because even doing 50-50 read stuff, it'll definitely separate the best the good players from the bad players in general. Because what you have now is, I have to read what they're doing, and if your opponent learns how to change it up, then you have to adapt and learn when they're going to change it up, go for the hard reads or something like this. But with old style of non 50-50s with bad players, it's they're guaranteed going here every time. All I had to do is just do this on my controller, and then I guarantee get a hit combo out of it. So I'm really cool with it. Yeah, Luigi's still good. I think people are really overreacting when they're like, "Oh, Luigi fell out of top 10, not even top 5 anymore." Blah blah. It's the same thing that happened when Diddy got nerfed. Like everyone's freaking out, Diddy's useless now, and he's still honestly top like 8 in my opinion. I think Diddy's a great character, especially with his new buff where he can't get grabbed.
Oh yeah, that's
good job, Nintendo.
hilarious. Everyone is so mad about that. If you don't know what it is, real quick, if you're getting like a quick jab combo on Diddy and he shields it, then he'll become ungrabbable until he dies. There's some other way to revert it to. I think it's if he gets.
It's if you hit his shield, I believe.
Okay, yeah. So if he shields again and you hit it, basically 50-50 on approaches. If he goes for the shield option, then he'll be able to be grabbed again.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I love Diddy, and like, I just sucks because this week I can't play him. Like, Diddy's like one of my, like, my main two obviously have always been Mario, Pikachu for like a while now. But before I used to play Diddy, just to kind of learn him, and I actually fell in love with him because I love his neutral game. And then so like I was like, oh, I know Diddy's for sure getting nerfed, so I'll wait until he gets nerfed, and then I'll start playing him again seriously. So like I play Diddy quite a bit still. So, like, it's been really annoying that I haven't been able to play my Diddy because of this new patch. So, I'm really hoping that they really... I mean, they already announced that they're going to do a new patch soon, which is basically going to be fixing Diddy. So, yeah. Thank the Lord. Who knows if anything else will happen? It's Nintendo, so don't be surprised. On top of that, we also don't know if, like, we'll get new characters on that. We need to talk about that later, too. We're going to talk about the 3 character slots.
Oh, the ballot, yeah.
Yeah, the ballot and the 3 character slots. So, we'll probably talk about that quickly after MLG, now that I'm thinking about it. But yeah,
that's fun.
Yeah, no, it's just like it's annoying, but like, who's gonna like put that into heavy training? You know what I mean? So like, I don't blame Nintendo. There's no way in shape form you're gonna train, like practice, like go into like the patch and like practice this and be like, oh my god, okay, so I need to make sure that I get jabbed and insta shield, and let's see if I can get grabbed. Like, like that's not something you think about as a game designer.
Well, there's a thing where like. I understand that Diddy players, like, apparently in tournament play and stuff, they don't see it as, like, a big threat to other people, where it's not making that much of an impact, but I still think it's banned. I mean, it is a glitch that's happening that will affect games regardless, but and it's not intended to be there.
We had a glitch like that with Pac-Man, and it didn't get banned. Like, where you could do a spring into spring, and they would go legitimately through the stage and insta-die. And that wasn't banned from tournament. I think the issue is that Diddy's more popular in tournament, that's becoming an issue. Because, like, we still see Diddy's get placed, like, top 16 at major events or top 8 at major events, or win because of 0. So, like, I feel like that's why people are more concerned about it, because there's a lot more Diddy players than there are Pac-Man players. If it was vice versa, and Pac-Man was the popular figure, Pac-Man would have been banned, straight up. But
there's also the fact that, like, with the Pac-Man glitch, it was like something that happens, you know, more rarely. With this glitch, though, it's something that, like, even if you're not intentionally trying to do it, it's probably going to happen in a game if you have someone with a lot of jabs.
Yeah, but you could intentionally set up Pac-Man's glitch way faster and way easier. Like, it was something that was, if you got them to walk on the spring, it could be a guaranteed. With Diddy, it's not a guarantee, because it's only a guarantee if you face someone with a rapid jab and you are properly spaced for the shield. Like, so it's a lot harder to set it up. Yes, it can happen, but, like, with the Pac-Man glitch, I saw that one a lot more than the Diddy one. Like, I still see Diddy's play and still not be able to pull it off. Like, they'll try to pull it off, and they still can't because it's not guaranteed. Like, you have to have like, really good positioning for it.
Yeah, well, that's true.
I mean, it's getting patched anyway, so it's not a big deal to me anyways. So,
yeah,
hopefully it's a time for MLG.
Yeah, for sure. Other than that, I think we should probably bring up the...
Shields, and then we'll go to Big House.
Shields.
Alright, so Matt, you can help us out with the shield data stuff for
Okay.
Yeah, this is what he's here for.
Okay, just need to refresh this page really quick. Alright, well, I believe before the patch, shield stun was the exact same as it was in Brawl.
Yeah, it was like only like a frame or two, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really low. But after the patch, they changed the formula that calculates shield stun, and it's actually more on average now than it was in Melee. So
Melee boys, that's all I heard. We're Melee boys.
We're slowly getting back to Melee. The new formula, it used to be, it was... Oh, hold on 1 second.
Yeah, I'll continue talking.
That's fine.
So yeah, we'll have him go over the new formula stuff in a minute. Oh, bye, Matt. So basically what they did was they increased the hit stun delay on shield. So what you can do now is you can do like multi-hit moves onto shield and have less time to get punished out of it. So like before with like if say for example you are Pikachu, just because I know Pikachu off the back of my hand, when you used to do Pikachu fair into someone's shield, you could get instantly shield grabbed. But now if you forward air into someone's shield, you can actually land and still get a move off in time, so you're not insta shield grab. Like if the person has precise timing and you have a really bad slow frame data option, he can punish you. But you can do a fast fall fair into a grab with Pikachu on someone's shield, and it's safe now. So what I like about it is it gets rid of the super defensive campy, I'm just gonna sit here and hold shield all day long play style, and rewarding the aggressive players now.
Yeah, there's some really weird options too that you can do now. Like with I know Ryu has really safe shield pressure with some of his combos now.
Yeah,
and you can it really promotes characters who like to be in your face that were forced before to play really defensive. Like I know Little Macs now are actually they're much more respected in you have to respect a Little Mac more than you did before.
Yeah,
because they can get up on you, and I mean, there's very little you can do to punish it instantly.
And they can break shields so easily now.
Oh yeah.
All right, ActionShot, if you want to do your
Oh, do we actually care about the formula here?
I mean, you could say
Go for it.
May as well.
Okay, it used to be damage divided by 2.56. So basically, damage. If it did 5%, it's a little under half, so it would have 2 frames within lag. But now it's damage divided by 1.75 plus 2. So it's a little under half, but then plus 2 frames.
So it's guaranteed going to be 2 frames no matter what.
Everything's going to have at least 2 or 3 frames of lag.
At minimum. But now at maximum, it can go up to 10 frames.
10, yeah.
Which is... which doesn't... Okay, we talk about frames, and it sounds stupid. It's 10 frames. That's oh, camera's going in and out. Hi, camera.
Just ignore it.
Yeah, so, they talk about how, frames aren't, a big deal, or, seem like they're not, but it really is. Having that, split instant to do something, especially when moves, are, between 1 to 10 frames most of the time, good moves, with some of the top characters. If you have that frame advantage over someone, that's huge. So again, now I'm so much safer with my Pikachu or Mario to go in on you with my multi-hit moves, and then be except for just instant getting grabbed out of shield, and then forced to play defensive because they're going to be playing defensive the whole time. Now I can go really aggressive on their shield if they're not perfect shielding, and punish them for it. And it's gorgeous because, think about it. Now I get to be the aggressor, and I don't get punished unless he perfect shields, and then I get a guaranteed punish option after for their bad punish, quote unquote, by not perfect shielding, and them not playing defensive properly.
Mm-hmm. And for aggressive characters too, I play Ike a lot, and it promotes that you have to be aggressive. Even when you're aggressive though, you still have to space generally well. But if you do that properly, you can put on safe pressure and have force them to start playing into your play style if you're the one that initiates the aggression. Because then they have to play reactive, and I really like that compared to the old basically convince someone to walk up to you first and then do it. It's more proactive play, and it's just more interesting to me.
No, I agree. I was gonna ask something for Matt. Matt, what was I gonna ask you?
I don't know.
Oh, Matt, you're a former really defensive player, other than your Fox.
Oh, yeah.
So talk about it on your end, because I'm a really aggressive, so I only see positives out of this. So I don't know about you.
If this is really gonna hurt people that play defensively, if they don't play defensively well, because if you sit in your shield and someone hits it, you're stuck in there longer before you can act again. So, for example, one of the tournaments that I went to right after the Wii U came out, we went to a local one, and I played Lucario, and most people would just come and do an aerial on my shield, and I just shield grab them. And I almost took the tournament just because I knew how to shield grab. That doesn't work anymore against most characters, because you're going to be stuck in shield for a little bit longer, and they can either retreat, throw out another attack to make you stuck longer, or they can grab you. So if you're just sitting there in shield, you're going to be stuck. However, if you're good at timing perfect shielding, it's about just as good as it used to be.
Yeah, because it's only a guaranteed 1 frame, basically, longer.
So perfect shielding isn't any better, but it's more important now.
Yeah.
And again, it's this whole, like, it separates the bad players from the good players. I love that they're doing this for competitive play. Like, this will not affect casual players at all, which is still really good. Like, because we still gotta remember, like, there's still a huge casual scene of this game, and there's a huge competitive scene on it. So, like, we gotta, like, so I understand Nintendo's balancing. Like, they want to make sure that the casuals don't really notice the difference and still have a good time, while the competitive aspect still has fun playing competitively with not having something stupid major. So, all this does is really, like, the players that would play super defensive and just spam hold shield but not do it correctly, it just promotes better shielding options, or like it promotes like better, like it'll show the better players now, because like be like, okay, this guy's a defensive player, but it perfect shields literally everything I throw at him, and now can perfect shield grab option instantly because he's doing everything so precise. But like when you're facing like the kids that would just do it but aren't doing it right, now like, oh, now I get to punish you all day long for you poorly shielding, or just weaken the crap out of your shield, because shields now like blow up in 3 milliseconds now. Like, you would have shield for 2 seconds and it's dead. Like, before you like had to wail on it for an hour and then it'd be like, oh, finally it's about to break. But like now it's like you like 2 hits on it, you're like, holy shit, their shield's almost halfway broken already.
Yeah, as someone who loves to go for only like perfect shields and then I roll more than I should, it's a great feeling to know that I'm not as bad because of this patch.
Yeah. Like, it's cool because, like, again, it'll promote, like, the real, like, it promotes better defensive play. Like, again, ActionShot over here is a very defensive player unless he's on his Fox. His Fox is very hit and run, kind of like however Fox plays. But it really helps now because now he can actually show that he's a defensive player that knows what he's doing. Like, when he, like I'll play him and I will still struggle. Like, it doesn't feel like the patch happened at all to me because he'll perfect shield literally everything I do on him. So it still makes it so I am not as safe doing these. But when I'm playing someone that I know isn't, like, up to par on defensive play and they're just abusing the old mechanic, like, it feels so much more rewarding. Like, oh yes, I'm getting rewarded for playing this punished character and playing my fast aggressive character, while they're playing this really snowbally defensive character but not doing it correctly.
Yeah, I decided to just look up some data on Sheik here and just do quick math really quick. And Sheik's Fair is considered to be safe on shield even before the patch if you space it right. Sheik's Fair used to have 2 frames of shield stun, and now it has 5.
So, so now she got
double.
Yeah, like if she does a fast fall Fair now, she can have time to grab you instantly.
Yeah, it's even safer than it was before.
Like, before she could do it and just Fair and then be able to back off, bait your shield grab, and then go in and grab you. She legitimately almost has enough time now to Fair, and then if she fast fall Fairs, which most Sheiks do now, like top Sheiks, you fast fall Fair onto shield and then insta grab, because like they won't be able to have time to grab now. So that's awesome. I mean, I mean, as much as Sheik is so cool to watch, like, it's so cool. Like, I don't know, I love shit like that because like it allows. I love aggressive play and like with my bones. Like my games will last either a minute because I won in a minute or I lost in a minute. Like, that's how my games are. Like, I love fast games. I love playing fast pace. And I love playing aggressive characters. That's why I play Pikachu very aggressively. I don't really play a defensive character. So I don't know. It's just really, it makes me really happy because now it promotes more aggression and trying to get rid of the super defensive playstyle that Smash 4 is known for.
Yeah, I agree.
And this could possibly move it to 3 stock.
We'll see about that.
I don't
think so.
Me too. All right.
Alright, should we move on to Big House results then?
Yes, Big House. Oh, hi, Cat. Sorry. Yeah, Big House. So, alright, we're going to go over Melee first, because I know everyone's dying to hear from Smash 4, so we'll make you wait that much longer for it. Melee, honestly, went really well. Like, really planned well. Other than Mango getting 4th, people were predicting, like, him 3rd or 2nd. The Gods placed top 4. Wow. That's the first time that's happened in freaking forever, that the Gods placed at the top and didn't lose to no one other than not Gods. First time it's been a while, so, like, kind of went according to plan. Armada won. Everyone kind of predicted that, too. HBox got 2nd. He was predicted to get, like, 3rd or 4th out of the God group, but you know what? It's the Gods. The Gods can slay each other all the time. That's what they do. Wasn't really big upsets. There were, like bigger-ish upsets, like Drug Fox getting knocked into losers so early. Lucky losing to a Luigi. Lucky. No, not Lucky. It was S2J getting beaten by a Luigi because of like a weird looking glitch. It looked like he had the win. He dared the Luigi player off stage. I'm so mad that I can't think of the guy's name. He was a really good Luigi player. I think he's from the Cali area. I might be wrong. Actually,
is it
no.
a bait?
A bait, yes, it was a bait. Bait's a Luigi. phenomenal, made top 8
Yeah,
with Luigi. And but like S2J went off stage and dared him for the win on like with Captain Falcon, and Luigi didn't move. Like straight up didn't move. Like so it was kind of like if it was like a phantom hit, but there was movement on like a phantom hit. And so we don't know what really happened there. And like everyone was just mind blown at the tournament because like S2J won, like straight up S2J won. Like he dared him, like he knew he won. Like he went super greedy off stage because he knew that dare was hitting and he won. But for some reason Luigi didn't get spiked or what it's not spike. It's what's the other name of the spike? Someone meteored. He got meteored.
Yeah.
So like he got meteored. Like, but for some reason he just didn't get meteored, and he didn't meteor cancel either. Like you could see it on Abate's face when he won. He was just like he was super confused too. Like the entire crowd was just like that was like the all-worthy moment for me for that tournament. Like S2J won. S2J had top 8, and all of a sudden, Melee was like, no, you're not. He's like, no, I don't want to count Falcon in top 8. So, I mean, again, not too much to talk about Melee side. Like pretty predicted. Top 4 was the 4 gods. The only like real upset on that is that Mango got 4th over like 3rd or 2nd, which people were predicting. But I mean, even then, that's not a huge upset. I mean, all the gods slayed each other. No one slayed the other gods, which is the first again in a while that's happened. So it was cool to see that again.
Yeah, I mean, I was impressed by how well Shroom did. He made it all the way through to
him. 5th.
Yeah, he had to face P2K in losers semis,
and he went 3-1, correct?
He took a game.
Yeah, he went 3-1 off, and it was. I mean, every match is super close to the wire. Like his Sheiks leveled up a lot.
Yeah, I mean, he took out. What did he take out? He took out Ice, Plup, Axe. Like it was an impressive run for sure.
Yeah, he did really good. Who else did really good? Abate was another one that was a huge surprise to me that did really well. Lucky did really well this tournament too. He placed in top 8 as well, and he ended up losing to. He lost to M2K in winner's side, but he had a really close set with him, and then he lost to
West Balls,
and
that was another close set.
That always happens though. West Balls and Lucky, they go because they're on the same region. They go back to back all the time. Like they're always like really close fights. West Balls did good too. Speaking of that. Not surprising. Like West Balls always plays like is a really top player, so him placing really high up too without him getting like super upset. It's really nice. This tournament didn't have a ton of upsets. Like the top within the top 20, like between 10 to 20, got some upsets. Like Wizrobe got knocked out really early by Drug Fox, and he got knocked into losers really early too. Don't remember who he got knocked into losers by, but he got knocked into losers pretty early. Drug Fox got knocked into losers pretty early in like top 32. So top 32 went pretty predicted, other than some baby upsets, but they weren't like huge. Like everyone should be talking about it upsets, like the ones in Smash 4. Smash 4. I mean, real quick for Melee, there's crew battles at the Big House, which were really hype. Canada came out of nowhere, and
that was great.
7-stock comeback. Oh my God! Do not disrespect the Ganon. He took out 4 Shroom stocks and 3 icy, 2 or 3 icy stocks.
Yeah, that was Kage, right?
Yeah, Kage the Warrior.
Yeah, dude, that was crazy. That was It was just great watching him, like how easy he just burned through him too.
I'm just really sad that what's his name? PPU couldn't show up, and there was another big one missing from and Leffen. No Leffen this tournament.
Yeah,
that's a huge
Leffen got deported.
The Leffen got deported. Like it would have been. I would have loved Leffen to have been there because it would have been really cool. Because like quote unquote, because everyone's considering Leffen a god now. It's 6 gods. Leffen being in there too. Like I definitely would have thought that the gods would all place top 5 then if Leffen was there. Because Leffen's very consistent. He's always top 5. Even when he like at major events when he gets an upset, it's still for like 5th or 4th place.
Yeah.
So like the gods definitely would have all been in top 5, which would have been really cool. Because the only one that wouldn't have played would have been Dr. PP or PPMD. And he would have, but he was there, which was, I don't know. It's annoying that he didn't play. I wish he played, but whatever. But yeah, crews were cool. I mean, SoCal won. Not really surprising. Like they had like the most stacked team ever. Like especially if they threw S2J in too. Like that team is stacked. Like MacD, Mango, Lucky, Hugs, West Balls. S2J, like, and they only allowed for like 5, and they had like S2J on bench and Alex 19 on bench, like all guys who place guaranteed top 32 at every tournament. They 10, and like have these kids, other crews. I was like, who? So I mean, like, don't get me wrong, they're probably like big names in their area, but I've never heard of them. So
yeah, that's what happens in these kind of crew battles. You get some like weird names. Like I know in in Smash 4, there was a lot of some crews that people wouldn't have expected to go very far. That did, like I know Midwest, I believe they beat Florida, which was
Yeah, they did.
really
They
that
did an
was
upset
really
over-
surprising. It was Rayquaza 17, I believe is his name, ended up taking it over Esam.
He plays
And
really
that was
well in
like-
Smash 4 too. That was a huge shocker to me.
He's really good.
All right, I may as well like switch over to Smash 4 now, like while we're at the topic.
Yeah.
All right, so we have to get it out of the box. It's the big news of the week for Smash 4 tournament play. Zero finally lost a set in non-grand finals. Oh my god, to a Sonic.
Yeah, Seagull Joe.
He lost to Seagull Joe in pools.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. That's just like
It's just
so
funny.
weird.
It's funny because like Seagull Joe beat him. Biggest pop off ever. Didn't handshake. I hate when people don't handshake. Biggest disrespect in my opinion. But on top of that, got carried off stage and then didn't even place top 8. Like he had guaranteed like first seed to face the quote unquote easiest competition of top 8 or whatever it was. Not top 8, top 32. He had like the easiest route because that was zero seeding. Like zero is seeded 1. So like he had the quote unquote easiest of the top 32. And then he beat the first guy, then lost instantly again in losers. So
Yeah, he lost to Vinny, and then he lost to...
I mean, Vinny's no slouch, may I add, but like still, like
Where is it? I can't find his thing in losers in the bracket, I'm sorry.
yeah, because he got knocked out so early. Like
Oh yeah, he 2 scoops, Zenyu.
Zenyu's pretty decent, but like again, like
That's who he lost.
he beat Zero and like got all this hype that he beat Zero, and I know like I don't like Johnning for anyone, but like it's the thing like Zero, you could tell Zero played bad that game, but so it was more of like it's not outskilled, it was outplayed in that game. Like I'm not giving Zero any Johns, he lost straight up, but like it wasn't that he got outskilled, and I feel like that's what people are trying to overhype, that like Zero got outskilled. He was just outplayed that game. Like it happens. You know what? You're super consistent for like 53 tournaments in a row. You're gonna have games where you drop a game or drop a set finally, and it showed. And all we did was piss him off because, like, you just saw his losers bracket climb was ridiculous. He knocked
out MVD early, didn't he?
Yeah, he knocked out MVD in pools.
I feel so bad for MVD.
MVD plays like 33rd.
Yeah, because, like, obviously he's one of those players going in expecting big stuff, and then all of a sudden Zero's in losers, and he's like, oh.
Yeah, the last tournament he attended, he got to winners finals, got knocked out, lost barely to Nairo, like barely lost to Nairo, like the second, like world, like known as the second best player in the world right now. And then, I mean, he ended up losing to Buzz because I think the Buzz can only lose to Zero and Nairo straight up. But well, I mean, we can talk about that in a little bit. But then, yeah, but real quick, MVD got knocked into losers round 1 of pools because he had to face like a guy that was really like one of the. I think it was like he's like in top 5 of Midwest's like tier whatever it is PR, and like because they only for early pools they only seeded 1 and 2. They did not seed anyone else. So they like seeded who they thought was first, who they thought was second. So MVD actually had to face what people were thinking was the second or third best player in that pool. And MVD ended up losing like a really close set to him, but MVD ended up beating him in losers to advance into pool 2. But since everything that happened and Zero got upset, they ended up having to meet super early in losers bracket of pools. So it sucks because like I love MVD and I think he's a great player, and he just got unlucky by facing Zero really early.
Yeah, that random upset.
Yeah. But what else do we have for upsets? I mean, Zero got knocked out, and which ended up knocking out Ally really early, which knocked out Esam really early, which knocked out Wizrobe really early. Like all these people that you're like predicted like maybe not Wizrobe. Wizzy would probably, like, if you ask me, he'd probably place like top 16, not less. Which I think he just missed top 16 because of Zero. Static Manny, who I think is a pretty solid player. He's a really campy player, like a Sonic, but he always places really top, like at least top 32 at every event he goes to. He got knocked out like first round losers of top 32. And then Esam, I predicted Esam to get second or third of that tournament, and he knocked him out super early.
Esam should almost always be like at least top 4.
Yeah,
like he's always up there. He's always pushing the upper bounds of like who are the best Smash players and stuff, and then he just got knocked out way too early in this tournament.
You know what? DeBuzz, I don't know what happened. DeBuzz just got some super level up on the Pikachu matchup and did really well into that set. Even Esam gave him a ton of credit for it. And then he had the unfortunate of facing loser run Zero right away after. So, like...
Yeah, it's so unlucky. That ruined so many people's tournament.
Yeah. Like, that straight up... again, Ally getting knocked like super early is still surprising me because again he's someone else that I protect top 4 of a tournament. Like I see him in a tournament, I'm like top 4. I see Isan in a tournament, top 4. Nairo in a tournament, top 4 or top 2. Zero in a tournament, first. Like
yeah.
Then we had some pretty good showings too. What was his name? Rayquaza. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say Rayquaza.
Yeah, Rayquaza did very
came out of nowhere, and he only got taken out by Nairo and Zero.
Crazy.
I'd never heard of him before.
According to Midwest, like I was watching for a majority of the tournament, I know a lot of the Midwest people were saying that he's like he's a really good contender. He's probably one of the top in that region, but he doesn't travel that much. He doesn't go out of town.
Yeah,
and it was
cool.
It was also apparently pretty funny for him because he's so used to getting booed all the time because he consistently does well. And then in this tournament, everyone wanted him to represent Midwest. So everyone's like, yeah.
Well, I guess they boo him because he plays like really lame, like kind of like the Buzz quote unquote play style.
Yeah, they can't be kind of Rosa.
Yeah, I mean, as much as it's annoying to play against, you gotta respect it. If they're winning with it, you gotta respect it. Like I won't boo someone. Like I don't know, I just hate when people do it. Like
yeah, I don't do booing.
You gotta just don't clap. You don't have to clap. Like, just don't boo. Like, it's just disrespectful. I don't know. You don't want to be up there and you get booed. Like, it's I don't know. I'm one of those people that I want to give what I want received. Like, if I'm playing lame, don't boo me, but you don't have to cheer for me. Like that's what I would do. Like if I didn't like your play style, I'm not gonna cheer for you, but I'm not gonna boo for you. But yeah, like if we're gonna talk about like that Rayquaza DeBuzz play style. DeBuzz, like I wanted to say this a bit earlier, but I feel like the Zero stuff needed to be said first. I have a theory that DeBuzz will never ever lose consistently to someone that he is better than. And like what I mean by better than, like you'll see upsets from Zero. You'll see upsets from Nairo. Like they'll lose games or sets. Well, Zero really rare on sets, but they'll lose game or sets that they are like 90-10% supposed to win, like 90-10. But like DeBuzz won't lose those. Like when you watch DeBuzz play, if he's playing someone that he you're like, oh yeah, DeBuzz should win this matchup. DeBuzz will win that matchup. Like it's really rare that he will lose that set, or even like drop a game off of that guy. Like MVD is like people say DeBuzz is better than MVD. Guess what? When they played at Paragon, it showed. Like DeBuzz 3-0'd him, and like DeBuzz 3-0'd Esam. Although I think Esam's better than DeBuzz, it still shows that like when DeBuzz thinks he's better than someone or something, he does not lose. Like it's really crazy.
He's one of those players that's like he's smart about how he plays, and so it's not just like simple skill or anything. He has things really like it seems like he has every matchup he goes against really well thought out, and he knows what he's going into, and that's why he's consistent because he knows what he wants to do. He doesn't let things get to his head really. He's had like negative crowd behind him and stuff before, but that doesn't really change things for him. He just goes in there and he plays his matchup and he wins it. And if someone's better than him, yeah, they're gonna beat him. There are people that are definitely better than him, but if they aren't, he's gonna almost always take it. He's consistent in that way.
Yeah, it's it's that play style he has, and it's much as people want to like smack talk it. That play style he has is super consistent, and it does really well because it's consistent. But like when you play like really balls deep like Nairo, like you will lose stupid matches or stupid sets because you'll SD or do something stupid because you're going really aggressive and really balls to the wall, which I love to watch. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, hell yeah.
But it's very inconsistent because you can SD a lot. Like you'll see at Nairo drop easy combos because he's going for the style instead. You'll see Nairo SD because he's going for style, or he went for like something really aggressive off stage. You won't see that from DeBuzz, like, or Rayquaza. Like they did not do anything unless it was guaranteed. If not, they were sitting back. So, I mean, it's the defensive play style in a nutshell. Like they do not go in unless it's a guarantee. It may be lame, but it works. So
well, there was this really impressive thing Rayquaza was doing in his games too with Rosa, and it was whenever he lost Luma, instead of just kind of sitting back and kind of bunkering down, he would do really clever like rolling and like kind of getting in your face, and it wasn't
like fake pressure.
Yeah, almost like fake pressure, but he would get hits in and stuff too. He wasn't afraid just because he didn't have Luma.
Yeah.
He was gonna play safer, much safer, obviously, because you don't have Luma, but he wasn't gonna let you bully him into playing back.
Yeah.
And it was interesting because it threw people off. Like you could see it in the crew battles, especially.
Yeah, again, like ActionShots said, like again, he only lost to Zero and Nairo, and that's a huge feat for a guy that no one's ever heard of before. So like, and he placed higher than like Esam, Ally, Wizzy, like these people that you're like, oh yeah, they'll proceed pretty high. Like he placed higher than MVD, like he placed higher than all these guys that you are like when you go into a tournament, you're like top 8 is these set characters, and he's like, nah, dude, I'm top 5, or well, yeah, he got 5th or 4th.
Fifth, I believe.
5th. The only people above him were Anti, Zero, Dabuz, and Nairo.
Oh my god, Anti, however you pronounce his name, and Zero set was godlike. That was one of my favorite sets to watch in like ever. Like it was super aggressive. It was super combo heavy. The fact Anti's, I don't care what anyone says, the highlight of that tournament was Anti's up air string resets constantly on platforms on Zero to the up B kill. Straight up like Zero to death them. It was so tasty. Like, I mean, I'm also like a Mario main, so like when I see Mario stuff like that, it's just like it's so tasty to me. But like, it was so fresh. It was just like,
yeah, get that Italian in there.
That was very crispy. Like, it was so perfect.
Don't try and do an accent like that ever again.
It was so good. Yeah, but I don't know. And then I don't know. I don't really want to talk about grand finals. I think Nairo's stupid about it. I don't know what Nairo was doing in his head mentally. Like, he had a set advantage on him, and what it looked like is purposely threw it.
He talked a little bit about it on Twitter. He made a tweet saying, like, if you guys think that throwing that set... Well, he didn't say he threw it. If you guys think that set 1 didn't help me, you're fools. And he talks about how it was basically... He was trying to download Zero. Mm-hmm. And that he was going from getting 2 stocked, and he did really well in the second set.
He did, but I just feel like I can understand it for like you don't want to show your cards when you have an extra set. Like but Zero is forced to show his cards because he has to win both sets. So I can understand it, but like at the same time, like you have 2 sets. Like if you're a top player and you're not going to learn how to adapt mid-set or don't think that your opponent's going to, like, do you really deserve the win? Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna shit talk Nairo in any way, shape, or form. I think Nairo is by far the second best player in the world. Like, it's a gap. It's like Zero, Nairo's like right under, and then like the right after that is like maybe top 8, like where they're very like shuffly. But like it's those two have like a big gap over everyone else right now.
Well, in my opinion, consider it this way: how many times has Nairo met Zero in grand finals and just not won?
Oh, every tournament.
Every time, exactly. So his approach was, granted, it is risky, but at the same point, it's not any riskier than just going into it normally. I get that he had 2 sets, but if he loses every grand final set anyways, that says something about how, in that kind of situation, Zero's still a better player. Zero's going to win that. He's going to win it consistently, obviously, because that's happened every single time. So if he wants to go and make a ballsy move to try and say, all right, listen, you're going to get the read on these characters, but next set, I'm going to know exactly what you want to do. I'm going to have you fully downloaded. We're just going to end this. I respect it. I think it's risky as hell, but
yeah,
it's not any riskier than just doing the same.
That was the only thing. It was super risky, and he had two sets to try to do it. I understand it, but like he still could have tried it with Zero Suit and just did something different. Like that was my issue. Like I understand what he was doing, but like you could still do something different with your character. You know what I mean? Like your character that you have results with. Like I think he should have went in and just played completely different from what he's used to and see how that did. And if that didn't work, then go to your normal and try that. Because when he went back to his normal, he went really close 3-2. But like when he went to like Robin and stuff, like none of those games were really close. And like pulling up the Meta Knight, like he doesn't. Everyone knows he doesn't have a Meta Knight. Like I can understand, like he has a pocket Robin and he has like a pocket like Lucina. Like why didn't you just try those characters? Like
I honestly thought a switch to Robin was going to be serious because people were starting to think Robin is a little bit closer of a matchup for Sheik, and Zero actually dropped a game to a really good Robin player earlier in the tournament.
Oh, Matt, yeah, talk about that because like
Raz.
That's like your homeboy.
Oh, I love Raz. I've never met him, but he's probably the best Robin in the world, other than Nairo. I don't know if we can really compare because Nairo doesn't really play Robin much anymore. But he's from Nova Scotia, and he doesn't really travel to very many tournaments, but he's a huge Smashboards hero. And he flew out to EVO and didn't get out of pools in EVO, I don't think, but he faced Zero this time and took a game off of him.
It's not like super notable, but he beat Shofu and made Shofu pretty solid.
Oh yeah, he did beat Shofu.
So, I mean, Shofu's not like an amazing player, but he's no slouch. He's almost no one to sleep on. And
Yeah.
he was just outside of top 32, right, Matt?
I think so. I don't have the bracket for the rest of it. I only have the top 32 bracket.
Yeah, I think he just placed outside of top 32. Like, he was really close.
Please, I can find out.
Yeah, we'll keep moving while you find
Yeah.
out. But I don't know. Like, again, it was Nairo's decision. I don't 100% agree on, but I understand it. It's just more to be like what I was saying with it. What else is there to talk about for Smash 4 side?
I think for Big House, that's about everything, right?
Yeah, you know what? I don't think I have anything else to talk about.
Yeah.
Okay. Raz got 33rd.
Oh, so yeah, he was literally
right
one game
below
away.
32.
Who'd you get
That's
knocked out
rough.
by?
Static Manny.
Oh, he got probably camped out by Sonic.
Yeah.
Oh wait, according to our friend, that's a bad matchup for Sione. We have a friend that made Sonic, and he like always complains that Robin's like beat Sonic really hard, but he doesn't.
I mean,
he doesn't.
the only way to beat Sonic is to not let Sonic get in your head.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
I mean, if you play smart against Sonic the whole match, then you're probably going to do well, but Sonic is very good at just making you pissed off.
Yeah.
And, like, forgetting
away.
your fundamentals.
It's Sonic is the definition of hit and run. Like
Yeah.
hit and run, kill you early. Because even though every Sonic main for some reason complains about it, he still has great kill options. Like I don't know, it's just one of those gripes I have. Like every Sonic, like almost 90% of the Sonic mains I've met always complain about Sonic constantly getting nerfed, constantly complain that he has no more kill options anymore. But like, do you want Brawl Sonic back where he literally had 0 kill options, or would you ever have Smash 4 Sonic where he can still kill you at like 80% with a forward smash? I mean, up smash doesn't kill as early anymore, back throw doesn't kill as early anymore, but it's still a kill option. That's really like I think it's safe. Sonic mains might yell at me for it, but I think it's pretty safe. I see Sonic like spam it and get away with it pretty easally. So I don't know, and like they can do like really if you don't DI properly, they can kill you over the top at like 30% because of up air. I don't know, and not enough of Sonic, but all right. So our last topic, or we might get into like quick 3-second predictions on Smash Ballot stuff, but our last main topic that we're gonna spend a lot of time on is MLG.
I mean, there's been a lot of controversy over it right now because of the rule set. I mean, for multiple reasons. One of the more, I guess, controversial ones to people is the inclusion of Mii's, which there's a lot of people that are really against that, and then there's, I would say, actually a minority that's for it.
Yeah, I agree at that point. And again, we talked about Mii's really in depth last week, and like, I don't see the issue with it really. I think people are. It's one of those things they're refusing to adapt. It's like, it's just like if a new DLC character like was like 2 months out, like kind of like how at Evo we didn't have Mewtwo for some reason. It's like the same concept. Like you're like our TOs and stuff are now players too afraid to like throw this character in. Like it's just I don't know. Again, we had our. If you guys missed it, at our last week's podcast, we went really in depth about Mii's. So if you guys haven't checked that out, I don't think we're gonna try to get too in depth about Mii's this time. But if you really want to, we had like a 10-20 minute discussion just about Mii's and the topics with Smash Caps. So go please check out our last podcast to figure all that information.
Mm-hmm. Other than that, the big controversy, which I think is perfectly understandable, is the inclusion of all the normal starter stages, the inclusion of the counterpick stages, and only one stage ban.
Yeah. So if anyone if anyone lives under a rock and doesn't attend tournaments, most tournaments now are doing the quote unquote zero rules, like not rule set but maps or stage set. And basically there's 5 neutrals, and it's been what we've been using since Dreamland's come out. It's been Dreamland, Battlefield, FD, Smashville, and Town and City. I almost said Town and Shitty because that's what I call it. And then the 2 counter picks are Lilat. Well, technically 3 because there's Omegas if FD isn't banned. Lilat, Omega, and then why am I derping? Duck Hunt.
Duck Hunt.
Yeah.
I'm really content with that stage list. I really like it, but this one has all of them, including like Castle Siege, Delfino, and
it's Castle Siege,
Hailbred, or Hailbird, but Hailbred. Hailbred, come on, it's Hailbred.
So speaking of stages, I have some data here from the top 32 from Big House. Guess what the 3 least picked stages were in top 32?
Delfino, Duck Hunt. No, Delfino, Castle Siege, Hailbred.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Hailbird wasn't played a single time in top 32.
Doesn't surprise me.
Not once. Delfino was only played once, and Castle Siege was played 5 times.
Yeah, because of Anti really, really likes that map.
Yeah.
I think it's a Midwest thing to really like that map. And Duck Hunt. a lot of Midwest players like Castle Siege and Duck Hunt, from what I saw. Like, a lot of the times when I watch, they play that. Midwest players also love Fox, apparently. Real quick. Like, every time I watched, like, early pools of that tournament, there was, like, every other game was Fox Sheik. Or, like, it was annoying. I mean, it's good that Fox is getting more representation again, because I think he's a great character. I think people are overhyping him, placing him at top 5. I think he's top 10, but not top 5.
Yeah, no, I'd agree with that. He's a very good character, but there's too many other really good characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, anyways, back to MLG stuff. So, with those stats, like, it already proves that those stages, I mean, it proves that those stages already aren't used, but it's the thing, like, if they're open, you're wasting a ban on them. Because, like, you don't want Jank to kill you. Like, let's be real, when Halberd throws out the, like, people, like, argue, like, oh, well, you can just shield it, or you can just dodge it, but now we're delaying the game. Like, so now we're delaying the game for that. Or if we're continuing to fight in it, now I have a risk to die because of a stage hazard. Like, I should never lose because of the stage hazard kills me. Like, I'm already, like, have gripes with Town and... Like, I love Town and City, don't get me wrong, but I already have gripes with it, like, the fact that, like, the platforms can carry you off and kill you, because that's a stage killing you, that's not, like, the physical person killing you by gimping you or USDing. That's the stage physically killing you. And that's how I feel about with Halberd. Like, the stage is physically killing you, not the character at that point.
I remember when we went down to Winter Brawl 9, we were watching, who was it? DK Will play, and when he would play on Halberd and the laser was coming, he'd throw his opponent off stage if the laser targeted DK Will, and he'd run over to the ledge and make the laser hit the ledge so that either they're SDing or hitting the laser.
Yeah. Like so, like, and it's stuff like that. Like, that's stupid. Like, he's literally, it's like using an item. Like, you're utilizing something so you guarantee that someone's not going to, like, is going to die. Like, he got so many kills, like, because like, he played a lot of friendlies and when we played, and, like, I remember he played and he did it. He, like, the kid chose the stage on him like 3 games in a row, like, when they were playing friendlies, because his character did really well on the stage, and he literally 3 times killed him. All 3 games killed him at least 1 time by using the laser shenanigans by edgeguarding with it. Like, it's stupid. Like, a stage shouldn't kill you. So, like, those stages already being there. You still use that tournament, so I'm not 100% against that. It's 1 ban. Like, we're not Melee. Like, I think that's what they're confused with right now. Like, I understand MLG hasn't run a Smash tournament in forever, but, like, 1 ban for all these stages is way too ridiculous, especially when you have characters like Meta Knight who thrive really hard off of, like, 4 of these, like, 9-10 stages available to us. You're only allowed to ban 1 of them. Like, in a best of 5 set, you're guaranteed Meta Knight's getting all of his best stages.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's a pretty big issue, honestly, where you have characters that have so many options because you're not giving any kind of counterplay options to the other players, that it just, stuff like shenanigans like that can happen, where someone just gets guaranteed good picks as long as they can win on one of their maps.
Yeah. And, like, again, you have so many characters, like, Sheik does well in, like, I mean, Sheik does well in, like, almost every stage. It's, like, the bad example. Like, but again, like, Meta Knight does really well in, like, 4 stages. Like, does really well in Town and City. Does really good on Halberd. Does really good on Delfino. Well, some people argue it, but I still think he does amazing on Halberd. And, like, a lot of Meta Knights in my region still think so too. But I don't know if everyone agrees on that. But I'm just gonna say it because it's low ceiling stuff and you can do a lot of shenanigans with it. And then Castle Siege, which a lot of Meta Knights don't really think about, but you can camp second transformation really hard with Meta Knight. So, like, I think those 4 stages are really good, and that's not even counting Dreamland in there. And Dreamland I still think does really well for him too because of low ceiling. But, like, so, like, you have 4 or 5 really good stages for him if you don't count, like, either Castle Siege or Dreamland, and you get 1 ban. In a best of 3, even a best of 5, their 2 loses. If you go to game 5 of them, they are guaranteed, because of your ban system, to get 2 out of the best of 5 of their best stage.
Yeah. And that's just, I mean, that's an issue, because it's character specific.
Yeah.
Like, that's exactly why it's an issue. You need, like, some kind of counterplay for that.
And, like, Rosalina, too. Rosalina and Luma do well on all those stages as well. And guess what? You only can ban 1 on her, even in a best of 3. That means if she loses game 1, any of her games, she's guaranteed, like, an amazing stage for her. One of the amazing stages for her. And, again, best of 5 situation, she loses 2 of the games. 2 of the stages are going to be her best stage guaranteed. Like, at least, like, when you do, like, 2 bans, or if you're removing the janky stages, quote-unquote janky stages, and you only have 1 ban, like, you only give her 1 of the possible good picks on, like, a best of 5 situation, so they only get that 1 time. Like, okay, I can deal with the 1 time in a best of 5 situation, because then it's permaban because she already won on it, and then I get to get, like, you know, closer stages. But like when you give them like definitive, really good stages for them, like where a matchup can be decided hard because of it, it's no, thank you.
Yeah. Yep. That's all I got to say about it too. That's pretty much the end of it.
Just no, thank you. All right, we got time for a quick. Because all right, if you guys have been again, if you guys are living on the rock, I know I've been saying this a lot. A couple last week, some hackers went into the systems and found 3 character slots that are open right now for Smash. For basically DLC characters. So, and the Smash Battle just ended. So I want all 3 of us to basically just go down the line what we predict those 3 characters will be, and predict what happened in the Smash ballot. And I mean, new stages are coming too, but it's way harder to predict stages. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard enough for me to predict characters.
Yeah, we'll do you last. We'll go me, Matt, then you.
Yes.
So for me, my honest opinion, one of them is gonna be Smash ballot, one of them is gonna be a returning character, and then one of them, the last one's either going to be like part of the Smash ballot, or it's going to be an indie character, which is what I think it's going to be. So right down the line for Smash ballot, I think it's going to either be King K. Rool, or Shantae. That's basically what I think. Realistically, it's one of those 2. And just from results and from what I've heard from people, I would be really unsurprised if it wasn't that. For returning, I don't think it's going to be Snake, because I think Matt, name company and all that crap.
Konami.
And Kojima and all them. Kojima leaving with owning Snake or all that crap, and them just announcing they're going mobile now. I don't realistically see Snake coming back. And if we were to get Snake, I think it would have happened near the new Metal Gear Solid 5 release date, because to try to help promote both sides. Because when we got Ryu, it was like right after the beta for new Street Fighter got announced.
Yep.
So like if we're going hand in hand, like I don't see it happening. I think it's gonna be Wolf over Crystal. A lot of people want Crystal, but I think Wolf is the most realistic, because Wolf's already been in it before, so it's not gonna be hard to program again. And new Star Fox is coming out soon, so I see that just going really well hand in hand. And then Indie, I think the third one is going to be the Indie slot, just for the fact that I want Shovel Knight to be in it so bad, and with Shovel Knight getting released soon in Japan, and how well he's been doing over in NA and /EU, like popularity wise, and for the fact that we are getting an amiibo. Yes, we know it's not solely for Smash, but it's an amiibo. It's showing that indie is being noticed by Nintendo, like indie companies. So I think it's going to be Shovel Knight. Those are my 3 predictions. Again, I could be completely wrong and not get a single one of them wrong. I'd be very shocked if Wolf and Shantae were not in it, though. If it's not Shovel Knight, and if it's like King K. Rool over Shantae, I think not Shovel Knight will be it, but it'll be Shantae instead. All right, Matt, what do you think?
All right, I feel kind of bad because I'm going to say a lot of what you just said, but I agree. I think Shovel Knight has a really high chance, especially since they announced that they're making an amiibo for him. And supposedly he did really well in the ballot, and I don't remember what the company that made Shovel Knight was called.
Oh, Yacht Club Games.
Yeah, Yacht Club Games. I knew it was something to do with a boat, but I know that they had said multiple times that they'd be very interested in having Shovel Knight in Smash, so I think Shovel Knight has a great chance. I do think that Wolf is probably going to come back. A lot of people want Wolf.
Yay, free Wolf.
Me as a Metal Gear fanboy, I want Snake to come back. I think it's unlikely with the whole Konami situation, but I think if Konami really wants to make money, maybe they'll sell out the rights to him for Smash, but I don't know. I think any argument that could have been used to say, hey, Snake doesn't fit, could have also been used for Ryu, and Ryu got in. Who else was going to say? Wolf, Snake. I don't think Snake's coming back, but I want him to come back. He could also come with a stage. That could be one of the stages.
I would love his stage. At least a stage to come back. I love his stage.
I think Shadow Moses Island could be a really cool Omega, at least.
Yeah. You didn't have just giant Metal Gear in the background while you're fighting the entire time with spotlights and stuff. Oh, it'd be cool. Anyways.
I think K. Rool might have a good chance, but he was also a costume, but then there's also costumes for like Link and Mega Man, so I don't know if that really excludes him.
Yeah, I hate that argument, just because like we already have all these characters with the costumes that's why I really ignore that argument in general. Like honestly, if Smash wants him in the game, they're gonna freaking put him in the game. Isaac, that was the other one I was gonna say.
Oh yeah, Isaac. I've never played Golden Sun, so I don't have any particular attachment to Isaac. But
I'm almost positive a new Golden Sun is being released, so that might be a push for Isaac to come in the game. Maybe not now, but maybe later. So, like, it's... And plus, he's on an assist trophy in this one. He has been before, so... Where's Isaac? Maybe they predicted this to be playing this already. That would be my other guess if it wasn't for Shovel Knight. It'd probably be Isaac. All right. Anyways, go back, Matt.
I think that was it. I think it would be kind of interesting. I know I don't have anyone in particular. I think it'd be interesting if they added like another Pokemon, because there's a lot of stuff that they could just. Because we talk about like Wolf, K. Rool, Snake, and all the likelies, but they might just throw in someone really random. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, in my opinion, I would personally like to see Klonoa. If you've ever played that game, I would love to see Klonoa in the game. I know it's not going to happen. That's just my statement because I want it to be a thing.
Yeah.
All right. So predictably, I would say number one most likely is probably K. Rool. I mean, a lot of people are a fan of him. He's a unique kind of heavy character.
And another villain.
Yeah, they haven't been including heavies in DLC really like that, like the big kind of someone similar to DK or Bowser. So I feel like that might be good for the variety, and it's definitely pulled really high. Everyone knows that. So I'd say K. Rool, most likely. In terms of the indie, I do agree they're probably going to put an indie. Whether it is that or, well, not indie, I would say, but I could see them doing Shovel Knight or Chibi Robo.
Yeah.
Either one, I think, are very viable
Especially
options.
Chibi Robo new game just coming out too.
Yeah, new game. There's the amiibo
I think they're
out.
making an amiibo for him too.
They are. So that seems very viable as an option to me. Plus the kind of mechanics you could do with the cord, it would be cool with the game.
I never thought of that. That's actually a cool idea.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if either of them were included, or if both. Honestly, that wouldn't be too much out there for me. I do disagree with Wolf. I don't think they're going to do Wolf. I don't think they want to add a clone at this point. He's pretty much a clone.
He's as much as a clone as Roy is to Marth, in my defense. All right, but sorry, but keep going.
All right, well, I don't think they're going to do that because they already have, Lucas Ness. I feel like they've added as much of that as they want, and that's the more. Granted, Wolf is the exception where a lot of people do really want him, but in general, I could see how a lot of people would see that and be like, well, why do we need another, Fox Falco, especially because it's DLC. This is the good stuff people really want. Yeah. So I don't think it's going to be that. It's hard for me to say who it would be. I mean, Crystal's definitely viable. I could see that being an option.
Slippy?
Or, yeah, definitely Slippy. Most likely.
So, you know what? Iwata, not Iwata. What's his name?
Miyamoto?
Miyamoto, yeah. Miyamoto has explicitly come out multiple times and say that Slippy is his favorite character in all of in almost all Nintendo history. So, yeah, if he has any say with it, we would get Slippy over Wolf. Just saying.
I mean, we get K. Rool because it's what the people want. We get Shovel Knight or Chibi Robo because it's what the developers want, and he gets to throw in his favorite, Slippy.
Yeah, I mean,
everyone wins. Everyone gets
Sakurai's not allowed to get a say anymore. Fuck you, Sakurai.
No, Sakurai's done with Smash. Get out.
Sakurai's like, nah. She's like, I just do what the boss tells me to do.
All right. Well, I think that pretty much wraps us up this week.
Yeah.
We've covered everything. Other than that, it's been nice having you guys watch. If you are checking out our YouTube stuff, I hope you guys keep coming back from that, even though we're not streaming anymore. You guys, if you do like Smite, if you liked our Smite content section, that should be coming up hopefully within the next week. We'll be re-upping on that and getting that set up with, I believe we want Pro Quesadilla to be involved with it, who is our Smite community manager. So hopefully him and Freight can work something out. We'll be here doing your Smash stuff next week. Maybe not Action, because he is a guest this week, but we will definitely have some stuff for you. We'll be keeping in with the guests. We'll be trying to keep it fresh for you guys. So hopefully you guys follow us over the transition.
All right. Yeah, again, thank you guys so much for watching. ActionShots/Matt, thank you so much for joining us for the last minute today.
Yeah, it's been very nice. Getting all the fancy frame data and all that stuff.
And again, if you guys want to follow any of us, I'll try to put it in the YouTube description if I have a say in what goes in there. If you guys want to get in a hold of me, my Twitch is twitch.tv/1eon1. My Twitter is at 1eon1_SSB. And yeah, that's my way to contact me. And we'll also put all the Detonate stuff down there for you guys too, just so you guys aren't left out with Detonate. And
yeah, you can check out, if you guys don't know the org for whatever reason, as you can see from the website link over there a little bit, we have a website, teamdetonate.com. Come check us out there. We have at DetonateGG on Twitter. If you guys are interested in finding us that way, we have constant updates. Everything you need to know about our org, about our teams, our players, all that kind of stuff will all be there if you're interested. And I am at DTN8_Lupo if you're interested in following me for whatever reason.
And Matt,
And,
Matt,
Oh, what? 1 minute.
things to contact
give your
you.
info.
Things
I'm Matt. My Twitter is ChandlerM35. And that's it. I'm here.
All right, I think
Except
that's
for
it then.
fame. Alright. Then I guess we'll be signing off.
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.